Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Maurice, and I legit jinx myself because what I say, like, hey, I'm gonna try to do these all five Toy Story movie reviews. Let's hope my health is good. And what happened? I go to the hospital not once, but twice, and this time, the last time, I'm in the ICU. This is ridiculous. I gotta do better. I gotta figure out what's triggering my asthma because it's in a year and a half. I think I'd have been 15 times. That's a lot. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I jinxed myself. I shouldn't have said nothing. I should have just said, "Hey, let's review all the Toy Story movies." If I hadn't have mentioned my health, I would have been fine. But here we are. So let's get it with Toy Story 3. So Andy is grown up now. It's time for him to go to college, and he hasn't played with the toys in years. I mean, like, come on, man. What kid, what person is going to still be playing with toys all the way, their high school days? It's not going to happen, man. We're on to video games and dating. But there's been a mix up, and the toys think they're going in the trash, so they decide to go to daycare. Because I mean, hey, daycare, you're always going to have kids, but then they find out that, hey, daycare ain't what it looks like, because all these kids are basically just destroying us. But the toys that were previously there are trying to keep them stuck at that daycare. That way, they are not the ones to be messed with. Meanwhile, Woody is trying to make it back to Andy so he can go off with him to college. But then he ends up, running into a little girl named Bonnie. And then he starts to get played with again. And he starts to figure out, like, hey, should I stay with Andy or should I go with a new kid that will, love me and play with me? I grew up with these Toy Story movies. I mean, 1995, had the Woody. I had the Woody. I had the Woody. I had the Buzz Lightyear. I had the Slinky. I love Toy Story to death, even to this day. This is all me. I love it. So now here we are, and we're talking about losing Andy. Now it's just like, ooh, because I'm the same age as Andy basically. So now it's just like, okay, I get where we're going with this because we're not playing with toys no more. We're playing with video games. We're hanging out with our friends. We're trying to get girls. We don't have time for toys. So like, it's like, how are we going to do this? You know what I'm saying? And Woody is loyal. Woody's like, hey, we got to be there for Andy. We got to be there for Andy. But it's just like, at sometimes you got to know when to call it quits. But honestly, what I love about this movie is that the first three movies are an ensemble cast. It's not just Woody and Buzz, it's Woody, Buzz, and the gang. Because the other toys, they always have something to do. So when we get to the daycare, and they're like, they're all having fun. What I love is when I get to the daycare is that all those toys are just like glazing the hell out of them. They're woken them in, so you're gonna love it here. Oh, when these kids go away, more kids come in. You got Lotso Hugging Bear, who is gonna be our villain, and he comes in, and you just like, it's a cute purple bear that you hug, and you think there's nothing wrong with him, but no, he is the man in charge, and he's just like, yeah, we're gonna keep these fools here. We're gonna keep them here, and that way we get to the big kids room where they know how to take care of us. So I just love that all of the toys have something to do in this movie. Like they're not just sitting in the background, which is what I'm going to talk about in my next few reviews. But all the toys here have something. So this one is really kind of like Toy Story 3 Prison Break because they have to figure out a way to get out. And then with the villains, like one, I love Ken. Ken is voiced by Michael Keaton, and of course, him and Barbie they fall for each other. And I love that the whole gag with Ken is that he's a girl's toy. I mean, I never looked at Ken as a toy that the guys are playing with. Ken that's for the girls. That's for the girls, so they can sit there and play with their Barbies. Like, I'm sorry, bro, you're a girl's toy. But like, I love all the villains. Lotso Hugging Bear, I think he's probably the best villain of the entire franchise. And I love his origin story too of him, getting lost, getting replaced, and he's just like, all right, bet. Even though the other toys that was with him were just like, I didn't get replaced, you got replaced. Like, I love him. I love him. And then Buzz, I love that we get original Buzz Lightyear, where he, thinks he's like a space ranger, but then we also get Mexican Buzz that just speaks in Spanish the whole time. So you get him something new and fresh with him. I love what they do with that. And then with Woody, I like that, because Woody's always going to have his separate story because he's the face of the franchise. But like Woody, while he's trying to escape and go back to Andy, because has chosen to take him to college. He happens to run into his little girl Bonnie, goes to her home, and he starts to get that playtime again. Because let's be real, like you're going to be sitting on the shelf at college. You're not going to be playing. There's not going to be really toys in there. You're going to really be by yourself. So you can do that, or you can be with someone new, someone young, with new toys, and have new adventures. And that's Woody's conflict. Like, what do I do here? Because it's just like I love Andy. I'm loyal to Andy. I've always been there. But does he really still need me? Where I have someone that actually will, use me. So it's just like I like that a lot because I'm just like I still got my Barney. I got my Barney from when I was 5. And ever since Toy Story came out, I'd be thinking about that. Like, hey, how does he feel that I got him just kind of like sitting in the shelf? Like, there's a Barney movie that's supposed to be coming out eventually. It better come out soon because I want to take him to go see Barney. I'm gonna take him out into the real world. But overall though, Toy Story 3 is my favorite Toy Story. I love the whole daycare aspect of it. I thought that was a nice change of them, leaving the house but then going somewhere else where it's more toys, more kids, and just more excitement. Lotso Huggenberry is a great villain. Also, the third act with the when they're in the trash and they have the trash compactor and everything, the incinerator. Oh my god! When I was in the theater, we all thought. Well, I didn't think they were going to die. I mean, they're not going to kill Woody, Buzz, and everybody. But just the fact that they really thought they were about to die, I was really just 19-year-old me was just like, what? Like I'm sitting here about to have a tear in my eye. I'm like, oh my god, they are really doing this to me. But that whole sequence was just amazing. For me, it's the best out of all 5. Like that was just whoo, whoo. And then how they wrapped up the Andy story, because this is the last we see of Andy. I mean, like, yeah, we get like a little flashback in the opening of 4, but like they said, like Toy Story 3 is the end of the Andy years. And they ended perfectly. They ended perfectly. Like honestly, I still feel like Toy Story 3 should have been the ending. There shouldn't have been a 4 and a 5. They ended it perfectly with this movie. So I'm going to give Toy Story 3 an A plus. I love this movie so much. So Toy Story 3, if you've seen it, comment down below. Let me know what you think. And hey, while you down there, hit that subscribe button, check out my other content. I really appreciate it. And as always, I will see y'all next time. Peace.